Hello guys, thank you for joining me for today for another video. But today is gonna be a special one for me because it's a long time coming for me. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's gonna be because of this bad boy. I know there already are a lot of reviews out there on the Steam controller, but this is my review on the Steam controller. It should have been out a week after release, but I got busy, then I got sick. And now I'm getting out of the cold that it has been taking me and my wife down for the count for the last several weeks. And this is my Steam controller right here. As you can see, it has a D brand skin on it. I love this skin. It looked nice. I mean, I could have done a nicer job. As you can see here, it's a little bumpy or whatever. But other than that, the final results still look amazing. I love this controller. I really love this controller. My first impression is it feels good. It does feels amazing on the hand. It feels really good. And I do see why some people love it, and I can actually definitely see why some people hate it. This controller, I'm gonna be honest, from the get-go, I'm gonna recommend this if you have a mid-size hands like I do. I have mid-size hands to large hands. This controller will feel really good in your hands. If you have a small hands, like my wife, for example, she has a hard time really gripping on this controller. She hates it because it feels too big. She pretty much will it feel comfortable for her like the Switch controller. This is a Switch Pro 2 controller. And this is another Pro Switch controller kind of. This one, she likes this one because it's really small for her hands compared to, you know, holding this thing. You can kind of see the size difference here just by that alone. You see how wide this is and how smaller this one is. She feel a lot comfortable with something like this than this one, than the Steam controller. And again, if you have small hands, things like this will be perfect for you. If you have a mid to large hands, this will be amazing. The Steam controller will be amazing. There's a couple of things that I hate about the controller, and they're very minor. It's not a hate, it's just disappointment, I should say. It's more like a little disappointing. I think Valve should be able to done better, or basically they may have thought about it and maybe did not care for it, but they should have added it. And we're gonna talk about those in just a minute here. So I'm gonna put a camera so you can kind of see exactly what I have on here on my desk. It's gonna be a couple of different controllers so you can kind of compare. My main controller, my main driver was always this one, the Xbox Pro controller. As you can see, the one with a back panel. The Xbox Pro controller was actually my main driver, and also it has my screen name here, my name. But anyway, I'm going to show you a couple of comparison here and why I say that the controller is not for everyone. All right, let's take a quick look here. All right, guys, as you can see here, I have a couple of controllers here. As you can see, the Steam controllers right here. My Xbox One is here, and my Switch controllers Pros are right here. This is a Switch 2 also with the little, you know, adapter. And this, as you can see, is the Legion Go. As you can see, this is different sizes all over the place. So, and again, like my wife will be comfortable here in this 3 area. Me, I'm okay with all of them. I'm completely okay with all of them, but I feel more comfortable in this round here versus this. I'm okay here, and like I said, in all of these, I'm okay, but this is where I'm happy. What things that I wish they could have changed on this controller is this button. This button needs to be right here. Right with, you see what this little edge right here is? Right under it. Like right where my finger is on that dot. So this button is the only button that I have an issue with because everything else feels good. This is good. This is perfect. They should not move this here. But this, I hate because I feel like I had to reach too far out. And again, if you have a very large hand, this will not be a big issue at all. Will not be an issue at all. But because I have mid-side hands, they should be like down here. This, and the reason why, because it's easier for me to go here to there, here, versus here there. I had to, you see, I had to reach a little more versus this. If I can hear doing my whatever I'm doing, boom, I can hit this real quick here versus go over there. I can barely reach it. So I had to lean my hands a little further up to get to there. So this is why. And the little light, it should be right where the button is, right in the center of the Steam control, or the Steam button is. That little light should be right there, and this button should be right here. So this way you can press this and press that. That's one of the issues that I have with the controller. I just feel like just grab this and move it down. That's one of the things. If I could change this myself, I will make a new set, a new faceplate. I will rework the inside just a little to make this button to come down, and that little light to be right here. What this is, so you can see the light that I mean is that white light, the little light bulb right here in the middle, right in the center of this thing. So that, and again, this is me nitpicking a little things. All than that, if they don't make any changes to it, it's fine. All this is completely fine. They don't have to do any changes to this. But the other problem that I have is here is that this controller is amazing if you only play in games in Steam. That's pretty much it. I know it's called a Steam controller, but I feel that with the puck, it should be two things going on here. The puck should be connecting to the Steam and the Steam overlay to basically give you all the input and all the stuff that you can do with this amazing controller. Plus, it should have another chip inside. For example, like an Xbox chip inside. What I mean is, whenever you have Steam closed, and let's say you want to jump to like Epic Store, or you want to go to the Xbox app, for example, to play your Game Pass games or whatever, you should be able to use a Steam controller like an Xbox. So the Xbox button, the Steam button, basically, when you jump over to like Game Pass, for example, or any other platform, so the Steam button should become the Xbox button. You see what I'm saying? So this way you don't have to, you don't lose you don't lose that compatibility, whatever. I'm sorry. English is hard. Language is hard. So anyway, so they can be comparable. So the the Steam button should become the Xbox button when you're not in Steam and you close the Steam overlay. And this will allow you to do this. Like, this should have been the thing that kind of, because it's a puck, it should be the bridge between Steam OS, I'm not Steam OS, but the Steam platform and everybody else platform. That should have been the bridge, and this would be amazing. This is an amazing thing, because I'll be honest, the latency on this thing, oh my fucking God. I was playing Onimusha, and I was pressing all the buttons that I need to press to dodge the enemy stuff, and I was still getting hit. But when I switch over to this, fuck, they were gone. I was pressing the button the same speed I was pressing in here, and I was getting quicker response here, way quicker, more response here than I was doing on the Xbox. And this is my main controller, so I have to be a little bit quicker or anticipate the movement before they do it, so I can make it work with this controller versus here. Oh my fucking God. The fight became a piece of cake versus here. So I feel like this should have been a bridge between these two controllers. It should have been a bridge. It should have been. So whenever Steam overlay is not on, because you're not playing on Steam platform and you want to Microsoft or whatever other platform, it would have become this controller. That's what I should have done. That's my biggest issue with this controller. I wish that this would be the one that I love and the one that I can take to every platform to play. I understand not taking it to like Xbox console or PlayStation console. I don't care there because I'm mostly in PC. I'm just talking about platform in your PC. So like the Microsoft platform, the Epic platform, Ubisoft platform, every other platform. That's if I'm playing PC, this should be my one and all controller. And this should have been the bridge for all of it. I don't know if Steam Valve can make an update that could make this happen. or basically create, and I even try to create a profile that basically kind of be able to work, and I kind of made it work, but it kills me. It didn't really work at all. Certain buttons were working, but then like 2 seconds later they will break. So I don't know what is the disconnect there, but there is an application. I'm not gonna promote it, but there is an application you can look for that will allow you to turn this into this, and you can use it in any platform. I don't want to do that. I want Valve to make that a thing, make that into a feature. That would have been amazing. There is a couple of things that I learned from this controller that was kind of cool. This controller has multiple ways how you can turn it off and turn it off, especially when you're using it. And one of the simple one, it will be basically when you have it on, you can just leave it alone, or just put it on the plug, for example, and in a couple of minutes it will just turn off by itself, right? Let's just move all these babies out of the way. So if you leave it here, and it's gonna turn off by itself. The other one is basically, of course, just hold the button and it will eventually turns off. And it's gone. All right, so it's off, right? But if you have Steam open, for example, you can press, if you want to turn it off really quickly, you can press this and that. So the Steam button and Y, and it will turn it off. So I'm gonna open Steam real quick. Let me open Steam so you can kind of see. And Steam has to be open for this quick way thing to work. So right now Steam is open. So if you press the Steam button and Y, it turns off. So that's kind of cool. And then basically turn it back on. There is another one, and I'm going to show you this on my desktop, and it only works on big picture mode, and it's stupid, but whatever. I'm going to show you that right now here on my desktop. All right, guys. So here on big picture mode, if you're in big picture mode on your computer, for example, and if you hold the Steam button for a couple of seconds here, you will get this message here on the top. And basically, you basically select to turn off the controller. And that is the other way you can turn it off. And of course, also in big picture mode, let's say you turn it back on. Also in big picture mode, if you want to turn it off, you turn it off like I showed you earlier originally, or when Steam is not open, is by holding it. You will get this window pop up. At the same time, you keep holding it, and it's eventually going to turn off. That's actually technically 3 ways, or you can say 4 ways how to turn it off in a way. I mean, the first one and the last one is the same way. It's just one with Steam open and the other one without Steam open. So basically with Steam open, you only got technically 2 ways to do it, and one way that kind of works either or. So that's actually how you turn this controller off if you're not using it. All the thing is, I've been noticing some people are not noticing that the controller also give you different lighting colors. If you plug it on the plug and you see the orange color, that means that it's charging. That's pretty much it. But if you're connected to the plug, for example, to the plug right here, you're gonna see is white. So white mean is the plug. Then if the color is blue, for example, that means it's connected to Bluetooth. And if the color is green, it's connected wire. So example, let me turn this off. All right, so I'm gonna go, I just unplug the plug, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and connect the wire. Connect the wire, now it's green. So green really mean is a wire connection. So let's unplug that. And then let's try to do a Bluetooth connection, right? You will need to hold the B button, the R1 button, and the Steam button all together. But you gotta make sure it's off. Make sure your controller first is turned off, because remember, if I turn it on, it's gonna go white and it automatically is gonna connect to the plug, right? All right, so what I'm gonna use the Legion Go 2 with SteamOS already built in. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to settings. And we're gonna connect it to Bluetooth here, right? All right, so we're in Bluetooth. And remember, as I mentioned, B, right, R1, and then the Steam button, all three of them. So just hold it, and you see it's turned blue. And you see the controller pops up here. And the controller is now connected. So you can see. And it's working. So as you can see, the blue light means Bluetooth. Bluetooth. Get it? So, and there we go. So those are 4 different colors. So white means the plug. Green means it's a wired connection. Blue is Bluetooth. And of course, orange means charging, as you can see. All right, so those are the 3 different things. One thing that I did found that was kind of annoying, it was basically when I connected something to the Bluetooth and I try to connect it back to the plug, for example, to use it, and I try to turn it on, it keep going back to Bluetooth. So I have to basically re-sync it again to make it work with the plug. That's one thing that I feel is kind of annoying. My thing is if I connect it to the plug like this, when it's off, for example, let's say it was off, like right now it's off, and you see the little orange light. So when I do this, for me, it should have been automatically a thing like, okay, it's off, it's connected to the plug automatically should just take over, should parenting, because the plug is the parent. It should automatically take over this. And when I press the Steam button, it should automatically go white. And for me not to do nothing else. So that is one thing that I really drive me nuts. But I'm going to show you this right here. All right. So as you can see, I'm in Steam right now, right? So what I'm going to go to Steam settings. And then we're going to go to here to controller. As you can see, though, you can see the puck right there. Move this a little here. You can see the puck right there, and you can see the detail. And you see disconnected. That's the controller, right? I kind of find that this is very annoying because I cannot just go automatically. See, I cannot go automatically to one system, but go Bluetooth, put it back on the plug, and thinking it's gonna basically sync to it automatically back to it, right? So I have to. Basically, you can see it says disconnected, but I feel like if I do a wire connection, let's see, it's fine here. See, it says USB, disconnected USB. But anyway, so let's go back here. Let's go plug it on the plug again. Open settings, go to controller. To the plug. So what I had to do is forget it. So for me, and now I have to add the new controller. So what I need to do is take this, go here to control, and then add it. I already have a second cable here. Connect to the computer, and I will plug it here. And yes, if you want to pair, pairing. And now you see the color is white. So now it's paired to the plug. So as you can see, now it's paired to the plug here. I can do my stuff on big picture mode if I wanted to. Play whichever game. This is the game I was playing earlier that I was having a better time with this controller than what I did with the Xbox One for some reason. I'm not sure why, but the input lag was so low that I was boom hitting everything quicker with the controller. So anyway, this is my review and my dislike and like on the controller. I love this controller, I really do, especially when I'm playing Crimson Deserts. I'm gonna show you real quick here. All right, guys, one more thing before I jump into Crimson Deserts. There is a feature also on this control that I love. It's called the backpack mode. What that means is whenever you put your controller on the backpack, you know, if you press a button, it's not going to turn on. So it's gonna avoid any button input. So this way it doesn't waste any battery when you have it in the system. So what you need to do, there's 4 buttons back here. You need to press all 4 buttons at the same time, like this, so you can see. And then you got to press the Steam button also and wait for it. When it turns off, you can press any button, press the Steam button, and it's not turning on. You can hold it and it's not gonna turn on. So basically, if you put in your backpack and you're throwing your backpack around or whatever, and your controller keep getting pressed, nothing is gonna happen. So this way you don't accidentally turn it on. Okay, so disable this feature. If you want to use the controller, the same thing. Hold all 4 buttons and then hold the Steam button, and then you're done. Now your controller is back to normal. All right, that's another one here. Okay, let's continue. Actually, before we continue, there is some little Easter eggs with the controller that you can make the controller scream whenever you drop it. So I'm going to show you that. It's hilarious. All right, guys, let's continue. All right, another cool feature is, let's say you misplace your Steam controller. So let's go here, settings. You're gonna go to controller. You can actually, you probably saw in the video, the pin button, but if you go to detail, you see pin. So my controller's right here. But let's say my controller is someplace else. Let's put one on. Stick it in there. And if I'm looking for it, I don't know if you can hear it, it start vibrating and making this pin sound. So this way you can kind of look and track where your controller is, just in case you lost it somewhere. That's kind of cool. All right, guys, so you can see what I'm talking about here. That's customization you can do on this game is amazing. So yeah, may have seen some people do this on the game, but I like to have as much shortcut as possible. For example, like there's certain things, certain menus that I want to get to quicker, certain stuff that I wanted to do. So on this here, I created this basically option wheel. Want to get to my map? On my map, right? Want to call my horse? I can call my horse. You see what I'm saying? I can go ahead and call my horse. And right now, I think I have it selected for the dragon. Oh, there we go. That's my horse right there. Right? Fine. The other thing, I can drink my potion. I can check my skills. I can look to the other menu, like here. So I can go ahead and save, load, or whatever. So I have this set up here. So, and also like I can go to my here, choose my weapons, my armor. I can do all this stuff here without pressing the menu button. I can still keep everything here in my hands. Quick exit. And again, onto the map, pull my horse, my inventory if I wanted to. I can jump to my inventory right here and I can just see what I'm looking for. So things like this is what I love this controller. This controller is so fucking cool. Would I recommend this controller? Hell frick yes. I recommend this controller 100%, but it's not for everybody. And again, I do recommend if you have mid to large size hands, that I do recommend for people with. who has large hands to mid-size hands, this is a perfect controller. Recommend to everyone who basically, if you're gonna be 100% playing game in Steam, this is your controller. But if you're gonna be one of those people who's gonna be jumping between Steam platform, Xbox platform, Epic platform, then I'm sorry, buddy, you need to have 2 controllers. Or just skip it altogether and just have a good controller that you can play in every platform. And this, the Xbox controller is your controller. To allow you to play in every freaking platform on your PC will be the Xbox controller. This will be always my #1 recommendation. If for some reason Valve is able to allow this baby to become this baby when you're not in Steam, then this will be your only one to go with. I recommend this controller 100 freaking % only if you're in Steam, or if you're playing on your handheld and you connect to TV, that would be amazing. I can see why I can see this controller. Oh my fucking god, I cannot say enough about it. I love this. I love it. And what Valve does about this, like giving you the cat file so you can kind of make your own back plate, front plate, and be able to customize it yourself if you wanted to, that was an amazing part from them. But and again, you're gonna need 2 controllers depending on the platform you're gonna be playing. If you're always 100% Steam, forget this. You're home. You're perfect. Like me, I'm in everywhere on PC. I need these 2. I need to have this 2 is right now my main 2 staples controller on my desk, unfortunately. All right, guys, if this video was helpful in any shape or form, please leave a like and a follow. I want to hit to that 1K, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Take care.